Hey everybody, it's Tug from Twisted Tug Studio. I have coffee in my mustache. It's very hard to drink out of a coffee mug when you have a mustache. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Today I'm going to make a really quick little video to show you the goings-on of my life. The goings-on of Twisted Tug Studios in the last couple days. Just to catch you up on what's going on. You want to know. You want answers. So what we have here is in front of you. This is Betsy. You might recognize Betsy. Betsy's up there. She's on my website and she is on my Instagram, and she sold. My friend Hank bought her. Hank lives in New York and is quickly becoming a very good friend of mine. Hank has two twin boys, Hunter and Tyler, and Hank purchased Lulu. Remember the other little doll, Lulu, and he had a couple of them. He bought a Mr. Red. He tells me the funniest stories about his sons with these dolls, and if you guys notice the stickers, a yellow sticker I've just made, it's actually being printed right now. It's the Dolls from Hell, and it's the little boy with the doll in his hand. I think I put a pentagram on there. Sorry, Hank. I put a pentagram with his son. It's the best picture. It's the picture of my life. This is going to be on that picture is going to be on my tombstone. Hunter with Lulu. But Hank's their father. Hank bought this one. The great thing about this, Hank keeps asking me about how he wants to get a fully operational ventriloquist puppets, and he's in luck with this one. So this is Betsy. She's big. This was a pro puppet. I am by any means no puppeteer, but let me see her. See their eyes? Oh, she's looking around. Let me see if I can get this in camera better. She's looking around there. She can look, and then she can. I don't know where all the lever. I got to work on this. But then the lever. Oh, she's making me look bad here. And then the lever. Where is it? There it is. And then she talks. Okay, I got to work on this. I got to work on my act. If my guidance counselor could see me now. What did you do? What did you do with your life? So here is Betsy. We're going to ship her off if I don't break her first. And Hank and the boys will have more stories for their upcoming therapy sessions when they're older. They can thank their father and me. The next one I have here, that doll, I wanted to talk about this. That doll looks a lot like Annabelle. So I make a lot of these. I don't want to make and I will. I don't want to make a straight up Annabelle doll because I'll leave that to Mezco and to all the guys that are out there that are doing those amazing Annabelle creations. I do have an Annabelle doll, by the way. My fiance bought it for me, and I didn't make it. I think it's a Mezco. And I did make the case. I put it in the exact replica case with the Devil Tarot card, the whole Lorraine Warren kit and caboodle. Speaking of Lorraine Warren, true story. This is a true story. The first doll I ever made in this kind of realm of dolls that I'm making now was in 2014, quite a ways back. I've always been in the art field. I worked for newspapers and magazines in New York and Miami Beach, and I'm in California now, and I've never really done a lot of three-dimensional prop-like things until the last 5 years. And the first three-dimensional things I've ever done was one Halloween, 2014, and I was just making props for my house. You artistic types know what I mean. You're just kind of making stuff. And I took a doll and I started painting it. And I thought, you know what? Let me take it a step further. Let me put some sculpt on this. Let me put a little brow, maybe like a frowning, a brow. Maybe a little demonic brow, maybe some teeth, some scowl lines, and let me bring this doll to life, just so it doesn't look like I painted a doll. So I started doing this. The doll got finished. I don't have the doll in front of me, but I promise I'll show you. The doll was a bigger doll. And something in me just said, it's Annabelle Watson. That's the name I gave it. Now remember, this is 2014. There was only one Annabelle movie out. And I swear to you, I never saw the movie. I didn't know Annabelle was even out there. So I named this doll Annabelle Watson, went on with my life. About a day later, I thought to myself, what if there really is an Annabelle Watson? So I Googled the name. And you can imagine what I found when I Googled Annabelle. It was this horror doll from the horror movies, scary possessed doll that looked so unbelievably, mine was a blonde, looked so unbelievably like my doll, I kind of just froze for 20 minutes. I just couldn't even believe that how close I was to. So that kind of started this whole thing. I'm like, let me just stick with this. This is a sign. This is Annabelle, the real Annabelle, who was a Raggedy Ann doll. They couldn't make her a Raggedy Ann doll in the movie because Raggedy Ann people would get mad and all the little girls would never play with a Raggedy Ann again. So this is Lorraine Warren with her actual possessed Annabelle. And this is a book I was lucky enough to get. This is a book. Lorraine and Ed Warren wrote a whole bunch of paranormal books, and Lorraine and Ed Warren, I'll give them this, they were ahead of this whole paranormal thing years in the 70s, when people thought these guys, well, maybe they still do, people think I'm nuts. People thought these guys were just nuts. And I remember when I was a little kid watching these guys, remember Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas and all those old talk shows? These guys did every single show in the 70s. This is a book they wrote called Graveyard, and they actually signed, Lorraine Warren and Ed Warren signed it. They autographed, I don't know if you can see the autographs. Lorraine Warren wrote "With Love and Prayers." Lorraine and Ed Warren. So that's my little Lorraine Warren collection. We talked about Betsy. Betsy's off. We have another doll that I put. This is Clarabelle. She is up for adoption right now. She's on today's post. Clarabelle, another Annabelle tribe. They're all in the same tribe here. Another little haunted girl. You can't go wrong with these little haunted girls. Excuse me, my coffee coming up. Classy tug. She's 24 inches tall, and like I said too, no expense has been spared. You really can't see the detail in these dolls. I posted the picture of her today, and I didn't really like how the photographs came out. These dolls look better in person. So this is Clarabelle, up for adoption, 24 inches, sculpted, repainted, dressed, wigged. She was a Willie Talk, and let me show you. Remember, I showed you that a couple episodes ago. This is the Shelley Duvall that I'm working on. So these are both Willie Talk dolls. So she starts off like this. I actually put Shelley Duvall's nose on there, and then they end up like this. Okay, so that's the beginning and the end. That's it. I'm going to keep it short today because I have so much work to do today. I'm actually behind. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been working since 7 o'clock. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Killers Never Die t-shirt. Killers Never Die. My Manson family t-shirt. I'll hashtag Killers Never Die. If you like the Killers, and I do, these guys have, I think, every killer you can think of. I'm still learning. There's so many. I'm doing the serial killer series, which I promise will be debuted probably in about a week. There is so many serial killers out there. I knew a few. I thought I knew a few, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Beyond interesting. It's so interesting. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the support. Attention, Indonesia and Australia. I've been getting Indonesia and Australia fans wanting dolls, and right now it's about $500 to ship a doll. So you could buy a house, or you could. So we're working on that. I'm actually today looking into shipping companies that are going to be a little bit more less pricey to get to you guys. I know, and I'm flattered that you guys want my dolls all the way out there. I love my Aussies. Thank you. Stay twisted.